Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning mindfulness practice. Bob Proctor, the late great Bob Proctor, was a wonderful personal and professional development guru. And he told me that while he was in the movie The Secret, they left out the secret in the movie The Secret. And he said that the movie The Secret by Rhonda Byrne was based on The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And he said that the secret is simple. You just get into vibrational harmony, into alignment, getting on the same energetic frequency of what you want, and then what you want appears in your life. Everything is created twice. First, you create it in your mind, and then you create it in reality. And if you think about that, it's so true. My parents and grandparents didn't grow up with cell phones, and yet you look all around and even toddlers have cell phones. Air travel was once a luxury, and before that it was an impossibility. It was impossible for human beings to fly. And yet a couple of bicycle mechanics from Auckland, New Zealand designed the first airplane, and they flew against all odds, against what everyone else said was impossible. When people say something is impossible, it's because they haven't figured out how to do it yet. But nothing is impossible within the bounds of nature. And when you truly understand that, when you believe that there is a higher intelligence, a guiding force, you might say God, you might say infinite intelligence. When you tap into that energy and get into alignment, your mind, your thoughts, your ideas, your intellect, your emotional part of your mind, your subconscious, your body, mind, body, spirit, when everything is in alignment, believing that something you envision is real, it's true, it's possible. When you have faith and keep going against all odds, you are the one to bring that vision into reality, because what you see in your mind, what you focus on, what you get emotionally involved with becomes your experience. It becomes your real life. Everything around you was once just an idea. The home you live in, the vehicle you drive, jobs that are being done today, many of them weren't even thought of 5 years ago. The world keeps changing, and the only real thing is change is constant. So knowing that change is constant, we don't have to stay stuck. We can believe that what we want is on its way, despite no evidence of it appearing yet. Michael Bernard Beckwith said, "We live in a universe in which there are laws, just as there is a law of gravity. If you fall off a building, it doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person, you're going to hit the ground." The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is as impartial and impersonal as the law of gravity is. It is precise and it is exact. Dr. Joe Vitale, who was also in the movie The Secret, said, "Everything that surrounds you right now in your life, including the things you're complaining about, you've attracted. Now, I know at first blush that's going to be something that you hate to hear. You're going to immediately say, I didn't attract the car accident. I didn't attract this particular client who gives me a hard time. I didn't particularly attract the debt. And Joe Vitale says, and I'm here to be a little bit in your face and say, yes, you did attract it. This is one of the hardest concepts to get. But once you've accepted it, it's life transforming. Rhonda Byrne says often when people first hear this part of the secret, they recall events in history where masses of lives were lost, and they find it incomprehensible that so many people could have attracted themselves to the event. By the law of attraction, they had to be on the same frequency as the event. It doesn't necessarily mean they thought of that exact event, but the frequency of their thoughts matched the frequency of the event. If people believe they can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they have no control over outside circumstances, those thoughts of fear, separation, and powerlessness, if persisted in thinking, can attract to them being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You have a choice right now. Do you believe that it's just the luck of the draw and bad things can happen to you at any time? Do you believe that you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, that you have no control over circumstances? Or do you want to believe and know that your life experience is in your hands and that only all good can come into your life because that is the way you think? You have a choice, and whatever you choose to think will become your life experience. Nothing can come into your experience unless you summon it through persistent thoughts. I started to say an affirmation, I am always in the right place at the right time. And Bob Proctor would say, well, you can be at the right place at the right time, but opportunity is always around you. Opportunity is here for the taking. Opportunity is available to anyone, everywhere, all the time. We're just ignorant of it. Once you study and gain understanding of how powerful you are, how powerful your thoughts are, then you can understand that you're always in the right place at the right time for the right reason. And you will see opportunities everywhere. And so now that is my mantra. I am always in the right place at the right time for the right reason. And then I become aware. Sometimes I find a person who needs help and I'm there to help them. It could be something as simple as holding open a door or smiling at someone and allowing them to feel better about themselves because they're having such a bad day. You might interact with the person and they just feel better. And sometimes I meet people who become clients. Sometimes it's just being aware that life is wonderful. That when you focus on what you want, that when you focus on peace and love, that's what you see in the world. I used to spend so much of my time being in anxiety and fear and worry and doubt, focusing on debt and all the things that were going wrong. And Bob Proctor suggested that I get a mental adjustment, and that the whole process of mental adjustment and attunement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. Not just saying thanks, but deep and profound gratitude. Can you imagine a time in your life that you received a gift that you were so deeply and profoundly grateful for? You can feel that gratitude through your entire being, in every cell of your being. When you feel that kind of gratefulness, you get connected with infinite love, infinite intelligence, universal mind, God energy. When you're filled with gratitude and joy, then you are connected to that power, and you know that you are co-creating your life with God. No one ever deliberately attracts anything that they don't want, but without the knowledge of the universe tapping into that beautiful energy and co-creating a beautiful life. Without this knowledge, it's easy to see how some unwanted things might have occurred in your life or other people's lives. It simply came from a lack of awareness of the great creative power of our new thoughts. Bob Doyle was in The Secret, and he said, most of us attract by default. We just think that we don't have any control over it. Our thoughts and feelings are on autopilot, and so everything is brought to us by default. Have you ever noticed how much of your life is run on default, automatic thinking, just churning over the same thoughts over and over and over? Catch yourself when you're in a thinking pattern of, why is this always happening to me? Why do I keep attracting bad things? What's going on? There must be a dark cloud over me. Well, it's impossible to monitor every thought that we have, but because researchers tell us that we have anywhere from 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day, you can't even imagine how exhausted you would be if you noticed and tried to feel in control of all 60 or 90,000 thoughts. But we can tell what we're thinking by how we're feeling. The importance of feeling cannot be overstated. Your feelings are your greatest tool to help you create your life. Think about something that you really want. If you want something and you're so focused on worry and doubt and fear and, oh, I would love that, but it's never going to happen. Oh, that person has what I want, and then you feel jealous. Oh, that would be so nice, but I'm not worthy of that. It's too much, it's too big. You stop the universe from bringing you what you desire, a better life, well-being. Maybe you want better health or more wealth in your life. But if you focus on, I need money to get out of debt, you actually attract more debt because you're in the state of worry, fear, and anxiety. You have to actually start to feel, what would it be like if I had no debt, if I had the amount of money that would allow me the freedom from worry about debt, the freedom to buy the things that I really want to buy, to go places that I would love to see. When you get into that vibrational energy of well-being and creating a life that you love and feeling that it's not only possible for you, but that it's on its way, it's here now. What would it feel like to be prosperous? Maybe if you're so far in debt and so worried about money, it just makes you feel worse. Maybe you look at the abundance in nature, the abundance of leaves on the trees where you can't even possibly count the leaves on the trees or the blades of grass. You can't count the drops of water in the ocean. Think of those as infinite blessings, and you are an infinite being. You can bring infinite ideas and possibilities into your life when you start to study the laws of the universe and get into a feeling of well-being, having faith in the unknown, having faith that all the good comes to you at the right time, at the right place. Your thoughts are the primary cause of everything. Everything else you see and experience in this world is effect, and that includes your feelings. The cause is always in your thoughts. The emotions are an incredible gift that we have to let us know what we're thinking. Your feelings tell you very quickly. Think about when your feelings suddenly took a dive, maybe when you heard some bad news, that feeling in your stomach or solar plexus was instant. So your feelings are an immediate signal for you to know what you're thinking. You want to become aware of how you're feeling and get in tune with how you're feeling, because that's the fastest way for you to know what you're thinking. Lisa Nichols said, "You have two sets of feelings, good feelings and bad feelings, and you know the difference between the two because one makes you feel good and the other makes you feel bad." It's the depression, the anger, the resentment, it's the guilt, it's those feelings that keep you from feeling empowered. Those are the bad feelings. And no one can tell you whether you're feeling good or bad because you're the only one who knows how you're feeling at any time. If you're not sure how you're feeling, you could stop and ask yourself this question often during the day. How am I feeling? How am I feeling at lunchtime today, in the middle of the afternoon when your energy starts to slump? Ask yourself, how am I feeling? At the end of the day, before you drift off to sleep, how am I feeling? The most important thing for you to know is that it is impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts. That would defy the law because your thoughts cause your feelings. If you're feeling bad, it's because you're thinking thoughts that are making you feel bad. Your thoughts determine your frequency, and your feelings tell you immediately what frequency you're on. When you're feeling bad, you're on the frequency of drawing to you more bad things. The law of attraction must respond by broadcasting back to you more pictures of bad things and things that will make you feel bad. As you feel bad and don't make any effort to change your thoughts to feel better, you are in effect telling the universe, bring me more circumstances that will make me feel bad. Bring it on. The flip side to that is that you have good emotions and good feelings, and you know when they come because they make you feel good. Excitement, joy, gratitude, love. Lisa Nichols says, imagine if we could feel that way every day. When you celebrate the good feelings, you'll draw to you more good feelings and things that make you feel good. It's really so simple. Just ask yourself, what am I attracting right now? Well, how do you feel? I feel good. Good. Keep doing that. It's impossible to feel good and at the same time be having negative thoughts. If you're feeling good, it's because you're thinking good thoughts. You can have whatever you want in your life. There's no limits. The only catch is you have to focus your attention on feeling good. And when you think about it, isn't that all you ever want? Rhonda Byrne says, the law is indeed perfect. When you're feeling good, you must be thinking good thoughts. So you're on track and you're emitting a powerful frequency that is attracting back to you more good things that will make you feel good. Seize those moments when you're feeling good and milk them. Be aware that as you're feeling good, you are powerfully attracting more good things to you. Marcy Shimoff said, if you're feeling good, then you're creating a future that's on track with your desires. If you're feeling bad, you're creating a future that's off track with what you desire. As you go about your day, the law of attraction is working in every second. Everything we think and feel is creating our future. If you're worried or in fear, then you're bringing more of that into your life throughout the day. Our feelings are a feedback mechanism to tell us whether we're on track to what we really want or whether we're off course. Let's go one step further. What if your feelings are actually communication from the universe to let you know what you're feeling, your feelings let you know what you're thinking? Remember that your thoughts are the primary cause of everything. So when you think a sustained thought, it is immediately sent out into the universe. You're broadcasting invisible thoughts into the universe, into the invisible possibilities, potential, the beginning of all creation. Your thought magnetically attaches itself to like frequency, like meaning in harmony with, on the same frequency, similar waves of energy. And then within seconds, sends the reading of that frequency back to you through your feelings. Put another way, your feelings are communication back to you from the universe, telling you what frequency you're currently on. Your feelings are your frequency feedback mechanism. When you're feeling good feelings, the universe is communicating back to you saying, you're thinking good thoughts. When you're feeling bad, it's communication from the universe, and in effect, it's giving you a warning. Change your thinking now. Negative frequency recording, change frequency, counting down to manifestation. Warning, the next time you're feeling bad or feeling any negative emotion, listen to the signal you are receiving from the universe. In that moment, you are blocking your own good from coming to you because you're on a negative frequency. Change your thoughts. Think about something good. And when the good feelings start to come, you will know it is because you shifted yourself onto a new energetic frequency, and the universe has confirmed it with better feelings. Bob Doyle says you're getting exactly what you're feeling about, not so much what you're thinking about. That's why people tend to spiral if they stub their toe getting out of bed. Their whole day goes like that. Spill coffee, get into an argument, get into an accident. They have no clue that a simple shifting of their emotions can change their entire day and life. If you start out having a good day and you're in that particular happy feeling, as long as you don't allow something to change your mood, you're going to continue to attract, by the law of attraction, the law of vibrational energy, more situations and people that sustain that happy feeling. You can shift your thoughts to what you want, receive confirmations through your feelings that you changed your frequency, and the law of attraction will grab hold of that new frequency and send it back to you as the new pictures of your life. You get to harness your feelings and use them to turbocharge what you want in your life. And you can purposely use your feelings to transmit an even more powerful frequency by adding feeling to what you are wanting. You can begin right now to feel healthy. You can begin to feel prosperous. You can begin to feel the love that's surrounding you, even if it's not here yet in the physical realm. What will happen is the universe will correspond to the nature of your song. The universe will respond to the nature of that inner feeling and manifest, because that's the way you feel. Take a few moments to think about, how do you feel? If you're not feeling as good as you'd like to, focus your feeling on the feelings inside and purposely lift them. As you focus intensely on your feelings with the intention to lift yourself, you can powerfully elevate them. One way is to close your eyes, shutting out all distractions. Focus on your feelings inside and smile for 1 minute. Smile. That smile will change your thinking. It will change your feeling. Smile more. Write down something that you truly desire and give gratitude for it already being here. Because if it's in your mind, if you can think it and feel it, it's on the spiritual, invisible plane, and you just have to get onto the same frequency, and it will manifest into your life. It takes practice, it takes focus, it takes getting into alignment with what you want. Write down what you want, smile, and be grateful that it is here, and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Take the time to write down that you are grateful for this wonderful new thing appearing in your life. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Have some fun and laugh and smile today. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.